coders, for this video we are going to learn about iteration in Python code, otherwise called as loop. So the general meaning of the word loop you might be knowing, it's in a continuous cycle, right? So here in coding, iteration or loop refers to the following structure. So diagrammatically you can refer to this as the iterative structure. So it checks for the criteria, and if the criteria is met, the statements following the criteria that is inside the loop will get executed. Again, it checks for the criteria. When the criteria is met, that is when the condition is true, it keeps executing the statements. So this cycle keeps on continuing as long as this condition is true. So at one point of time, if this condition becomes false, then it quits the loop. It comes out of the loop. So this I'm going to explain you with two real-time examples before we actually proceed to the programming part of it. So look at this first example. This is a running track. For example, you have to go around this track 5 times. It's you standing here. You have to go around this running track 5 times. So how will you keep a track of it? First, suppose this is the beginning point. You just run around, keep running around, right? And then when you come to this point, so this point here you have to check how many times you have finished. Remember, suppose you have to run on the track for 5 times. That is what I told you. So if you have to run around the track for 5 times, so you have completed 1 round. So what happens in your mind? You will say, I have completed 1 round and 4 round remains, right? So again, you are running the second round. So now you will say, I've completed 2 rounds. Now 3 rounds remain. Again, you will continue. So you went for the third round, 3 rounds over, 2 remains. Now again, you go for the 4th round, finish it. 4th round over, 1 round remains. Now again, you go for the 5th round and then come to the beginning point and say, yes, I've completed 5 rounds, and you stop. The same concept is applied in loop. So you kept running, you kept on continuing to run as long as you had the criteria that you had to complete it for 5 number of times, right? So unless you complete 5 rounds, you did not stop. So here the criteria is running 5 rounds. So as long as the criteria, that is, it is less than 5 rounds, you kept on running. So when the rounds became 5, you stopped running and you came out, right? So the same concept will be applied in your loop as well. So I'll give you with another interesting example. Now how many slices are there, right? So you will not be given all these slices, right? Suppose your mom gives you these pizza slices to eat. Okay, hope you like pizzas. Suppose she gives you pizzas to eat and she says you will finish 1 slice at a time and you can finish the whole thing. So how many slices are there? 4 slices. So first you will take 1 slice and then you will start eating, right? You will bite a piece, munch it, swallow it, right? Again bite a piece, munch it, chew it, swallow it. You will continue to do that, and when the slice gets over, again you will take the next slice, right? So again you will bite a piece, munch it, swallow it. So here what I say is, the condition is the plate has to become empty. That is, you have to finish all the 4 slices, right? So when the number of slices is less than or equal to 4, you keep on eating. So totally you are given 4 slices. Here the process is you are eating, right? The same steps you are going to repeat. You are going to bite it, chew it, munch it, swallow it. You are going to bite it, chew it, munch it and swallow it. So the same steps you are following in a loop as long as the plate is not empty, right? Once it is empty, you stop eating the pizza. The same concept will be applied in your loops in any programming language. Try to understand. So in this case, your criteria is you have to run 5 rounds. So as long as the criteria is there, you keep on running to complete the 5, meeting the criteria, then you come out of it, right? That here it is based on number of times. And here your mom says you can finish the plate, right? So till it is empty, you have to continue to eat. So this, I don't know whether it will happen in your real life, getting all these slices to eat. Okay, so you have to continue the process of biting it, munching it, and swallowing it. The same steps will get repeated again and again. Any eating, whatever you eat chocolates or biscuit or whatever you like. What, suppose you are having a glass of milk to drink, right? You will sip it, taste it, swallow it, and then the next sip. So this continues till the glass becomes empty, right? The criteria is the glass should become empty. Same concept. So this is a very important concept. If you understand this well, it is, programming becomes very easier, right? Now with this concept, we will proceed with the programming part of it. So we will be using loops with a command called for statement, right? For is the command word which will be used to construct a loop, right? So here the syntax goes like this: for loop variable in a particular range. So you can start from, give a start value, stop value, and step value. So with all these things, we will see different examples and the set of statements to be executed under your for. In our running example, we can say for run. Okay, let us have the variable name as run. For run in range 1, that is starting value is 1 and you have to stop at a value, right? Stop value is 5, but in this case we will give 6. I'll tell you why. Okay, so 1 to 5 times you are going to continue to run the track. For run in range first round to 5th round, continue to run, right? So you will go with the first round, run, complete it. Then it will come and check what is the stop value, 5. Is it complete? No. So again loop run will become second round, 2. Then you will continue to run. Again loop variable will become 3. That is run will become 3. So third round you are doing. Then run will become 4. Then fourth round you are doing. Then run will become 5. Then fifth round you are doing. The same example, we are going to see it with a print statement in actual Python program, right, in a for loop. So the actual definition it is this: loop is a programming construct, right? Flow of control or construct. Construct means a piece of code, a set of code. Flow of control or construct which repeats a certain set of statements as long as the criteria is met or for a specific number of times. So here the criteria is you have to run 5 rounds. So the criteria is it should not be greater than 5. You can run exactly 5 rounds. So I'll tell you how to give the same program. Here instead we are not going to run the track. We are going to print the word run inside the loop. So for, I'll take the variable as r. You can take any variable as how you have named the other variables. So this, when it is used in for loop, you call it as loop variable. For r in range, this is the syntax. So range, you can give the start value and stop value, but starting value is optional. If you don't give a start value, it will take it as 0. Let me give it as 1 starting value, and let me give it as 5. We said 5 rounds, right? And even the step value is optional. We'll see that later. Now I'm just going to print the word I am running around the track. Right? Now let us save and run this code. So you can see the same I am running around the track has gone for 4 times, right? So when you are in first round, you're running around the track, it will check whether you have finished 5 rounds. Again, you go into the second round, you run the track second time. Again, you go to the third round, you're running for the third time. And fourth round, you're running for the fourth time. But we have given the stop value as 5, but still it has printed only 4 times, because the range function is defined like it will run only one number lesser than the stop value. So when you actually want it to run for 5 times, you have to give it as 6, one more than the required number of times, right? Because I told you it starts from 0. By default it starts from 0. Okay, now let us see this example and then I'll show you that. So starting value is what you gave, and it is always the stop value minus one number of times it will run. So now 1 to, what is the number before 6? 1 before 6 is 5. So it's going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Right, now you can see the difference. It got executed 5 times. Now I'll tell you the actual programming flow in this for statement. So you can see the loop variable takes these many times. You have specified the number of times here, that is from 1 to 6. R will take the value from 1 to 6, that is 1 before 6. Range value always top value minus 1. This is starting value, this is stop value. Now what if I don't give start value? I told you already start value is optional, right? So now it will automatically start from 0. So now you can take the R value as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the output is going to come 6 times. You can see. So this is 0 time, this is first time, this is second time, third time, this is fourth time, and this is fifth time. Now let us change the same thing. Instead of running around the track, for example, if you want to print your name, right? Your name to be printed. I told you it starts from 0 to 1 number less than the stop value. See, the stop value is mandatory. That one argument is mandatory, whereas the start value is optional and the step value is also optional. So now let me give it from 2 to 6. So starting is 2 and ending is 6 minus 1, 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. It is going to run 4 times. You can see the word lucky printed 4 times, right? Similarly, now what is the difference? What is the advantage of having for loop? What if I don't have a for loop? What would have happened? So this you will feel the difference when I give it 60. So it is from 2 to 59, right? So let's have it from 1 to 59. So it's going to print the word lucky 59 times. So if you don't have the concept of for loop, what happens? You don't have for loop. What will you do? You have to give the same print statement 59 times. But in Python, there are other methods, right? So print, suppose you're printing your name. You have to give this print statement that many times, right? You have to keep on giving the statement like this 59 times. Okay, now we have copy pasted. What if we wanted 500 times? Something has to be done, right? You all know how many students are there in a school, right? In a school, you can imagine every person, the marks average has to be calculated, rank grade has to be calculated. You imagine the same set of process has to be done again and again in the same code. They have to repeat the code. How lengthy it's going to be. Instead, this for loop is giving us the advantage to repeat a certain set of code any number of times. Here we are using only the print statement. So now, like this, for a class of 30 students, you can do the marks calculation completely within the for loop, so that the same process of getting the subject marks, adding them, finding the total and average can be run for all the 30 students inside a for loop. Right? Is that not simple? So for loop avoids the repetition of statements. So repeated statements can be executed within a for loop, giving it one number of time and specifying the number of times to be executed. Right? Now let us see the step value. So before that, let us actually print what is there in this variable r. So r will take the value from 1 to 31, that is 1 minus 30, right? 1 minus 31 is 30, so 1 to 30 times. You are going to print the number 1 to 30. You can see you printed till 30, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 30. That is, this is nothing but the value of r when it goes inside. First time r value is 1, that is the starting value. So it prints r, 1. So it will check whether you have reached the stop value. No. So it will continue. Next time when it goes, automatically it will become 2. Then it prints 2. Next time it is 3. It prints 3. Like that it keeps on continuing this process until it reaches the stop value. That is 31 minus 1, 30. It can be anything. Your starting value can be anything and ending value can be anything. It's up to you. Right? Now, should I give only one statement inside? No, I can give more than one statement also. So in the same for loop, let us print double of r into 2, right? And then let us print triple of r, right? R into 3. Now see what happens. And to see the output clearly, let me give it for 1 to 10. That is 1 to 11. You have to mention the stop value as 1 more than what you need. Now check. 1, double of 1 is 2, right? 1 into 2 and 1 into 3. Now the next number is 2, 2 into 2, 4, 2 into 3, 6. So to see that clearly, you can have the words actual value r, right? Next, you can give this is double of r. I'm just giving this example for you to understand. More than one statement can be given. So it repeats the statements given under the for loop every time it gets into the for loop. Right? You can see the indentation. How will it understand these statements are part of the for loop? Because of this indentation, the space. Once you move back to original space, it is out of the loop. Right? I'll give that also a print. Backspace you press, print. I am out of the loop. Now this statement, after it completes the whole process, then it comes out of the loop. So now your R is going to range from 1 to 10 actually. So first time it will be 1. So it will print 1, 1 into 2 is 2, 1 into 3 is 3. Next time it goes, R is 2, 2 into 2, 4, 2 into 3, 6. Like that it is going to continue. So you can see actual value, double of r, triple of r. These are the 3 statements we gave inside the for loop. So it will execute all the 3 statements. Again goes to the loop to check whether the criteria is over. In this case, the criteria is number of times. That is the stop value. Has it reached the stop value? So we gave the stop value as 11. It means it is 10. Right? So you can see it goes till actual value is 10. Double of it 20, triple of it 30, and then it came out of the loop. And you can see this, I am out of the loop. So as long as these statements are continuing, it is all inside the loop. After it completes the loop, then only it came out of the loop. Hope you understood how to start with for loop. So in our upcoming videos, we'll see more about the for loop, about the step value to be given, and what else can be done with the for loop. Bye for now. Bye bye.